Married at First Sight season 18, right? All the women of Married at First Sight season 18 has the same problem, have the same problem with their husbands. Let me say that again. All the wives, all of them, Carla, Madison, Michelle, Thomas, where's Thomas? And Thomas and Camille, they all have the same problem, the same issue with their husbands. Can you guess what that problem is? Put it in the chat. Go ahead. I've watched Jeopardy in forever. Guess what that problem is? I wrote all about it in my book, 23 Types of Guys You Might Meet. I'm going to tell you what that problem is. Welcome back to all of my cousins and welcome to all of our new cousins. If you're new here, my name is Janice. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment for me, click that bell, and make sure you are getting my notifications. If you're not getting my notifications, just know that I do a video almost every day. So if you didn't get a notification from me, just come on over and see if I did a video and say hi and leave a comment. Okay. What is the problem with the wives at Married at First Sight season 18 and their husbands? They're trying to change them. Every last one of these women. I was thinking back and I went back and oh my God, when Thomas said good morning, oh my God, when Kevin says how you doing to Thomas, and Thomas says, how you doing? And I was like, ooh, I felt chills going up my spine, honey. They all the women have a problem with their husbands, and they are trying to change them into the men they want them to be. And ladies, we should not do that. I talk about that all the time. That is why a lot of wives end up being the naked wife, because instead of just accepting the man for who he is and just walking away, you're trying to change him into this man that you want him to be, because only then will he be good enough for you. How many of you know that that does not work? Okay. Think about the men that try to change women. Trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. It will never be working. It will never work. You leave her home, that hoe is going to be on the corner hoe. And you know why? She's a hoe. That is who she is, and you cannot change her. A lot of men trying to change women that wear a lot of makeup. Guess what? It might work for about a month or two, but boo-boo, it's not going to work. Sooner than later, she going to be in a full face of makeup again. A lot of men, Christian men, trying to change spirit-filled men, trying to change Christian women from wearing pants. I couldn't do it. You don't like pants? Well, I'm not going to stop wearing pants for you. I'll wear pants. Drop, move along. In my book, The Naked Wife, I talk about the Barbie doll. How many of you remember Barbie doll? If you don't remember the story, check it out. It's in my book, The Naked Wife. A lot of women try to take unaccomplished, unestablished, basement dwelling Daves and turn them into their princes. Turn them into these good men, these mature men, these well-established men, these prepared men. And it will never work, because sooner or later, that balloon or that ball you're trying to hold underwater, guess what's going to happen? It's going to pop up, because it's going to get tired of you trying to control it. Married at First Sight season 18 reunion part 2 comes on tonight. I don't understand why there's a part 2. Part 1 was so boring. I just kept falling asleep, getting off, rewinding, fast forwarding. Okay. I don't know, Lord. I don't know. I need me a good Married at First Sight. I need a Chris season next season. Okay. Okay, let's talk about and Ikiche. I appreciate him apologizing to her, but girl, that don't mean nothing. This, ladies, I want you to realize that this is how the men who do not like you, they will act towards you, especially after they get it, because their only goal is to get it. You know, after he put the hand on the dingling, and yes, I said it in my video last week, that once he saw her apartment, he really changed towards her because he knew he could not be up to her level. And this is what a lot of men do, ladies. They either try to change you. A lot of the men be trying to humble successful black women. Now, if I was because you know I got sense. Is desperate, thirsty, pick me. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen such a desperate woman unmarried at first sight. I don't. Maybe y'all could comment below, but I don't remember. That she is the most pick me woman I've ever seen. Paige, nah, because Paige didn't do what did. But anyways, should just appreciate that he's not into me. And then when Ikiche says, you know what, the truth is I wasn't attracted to you, and said, well, you should have told me, and I'm like, dumb, he did tell you. He might not have said it in his words, but his actions told you everything you need to know, ladies. This is why you need to gather data. That is a part of data gathering, is how does he act around me? How does he treat me? The way Ikiche treated there is no way you should still be begging and pleading and running after him and he'll call me and spend time with me. She's so dunce. Is a dum-dum. He don't have to tell you. Pay attention. Discern. God put, what's that he put in us? To protect us. Read the room, He's not into you. He doesn't like you. He doesn't want to be around you. And then when he came out of his mouth in front of your friends and family and say you was aggressive, girl, if that was not enough, if that wasn't enough, I don't know what was, but of course that wasn't enough, because you're desperate for a man, which is why you are still married to Ikiche and you're already engaged to a married man. You know, the people are saying, the cousins are saying she's pregnant. So you still married, you engaged to a married man, allegedly pregnant for a marriage man. So you're having a baby in an adulterous relationship. And this 5-carat ring, where does he work at? And where does he's a firefighter. How? Thought I had a picture of him up here. How? Oh, here you go. How he got money to buy a 5-carat ring and he's sleeping on his sister's couch? Shouldn't he use that money to go get him an apartment? But you know, the people are saying bought that ring. Because out 5-carat. 5? My husband got him a good job, and my engagement ring wasn't no 5-carat gold. No 5-carat. They say bought the ring. Desperate pick Misha. And let me tell y'all, is gonna get it. Because she said it's been ups and down, it's been tough, it's been trying. Why, why do you want to be with a man who's making your life harder? Sure, marriages go through, boo-boo, but he's still married and you're still married. And the dating process is to give you a picture of what your life is going to look through. So you want to up and down. It's been hard marriage, but you trying to, what she said, grow the family. Is that what she said? I said, did she say she's trying to grow her family? Does that mean you're pregnant? Is that, I wrote it down somewhere. She said, I'm trying to build my family. Something like that. Join our family. Is that what she said? Girl, I can't remember. I was asleep. Grow your family is having a baby. Join your family is getting married and having a baby. Don't do it, girl. But you're not going to hear her. See, MM is one of those women that is so desperate and so tough and so hard and in her own way that she has to be dragged, used, abused for her to open up her eyes and say, baby, calm down, slow down. Slow down, MM. Slow down, baby. You're on a rebound. Ikiche rejected you. You don't need to jump from that abusive, emotional abusive relationship to another one, to a man who's sleeping on his couch who can buy a 5-carat ring, but don't have an apartment. I'm sorry. How does that make any good financial sense to you, MM? Of course it doesn't, because all you care about, like Ikiche said, is having a plug and play. And this is why you're going to get used and abused and dragged. Okay? Anything I hear about what happened to MM, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm like, well, that's what you get, girl. Okay, that's what you get. That's what you get, because it's too desperate. Okay? Now, Madison, the Hall, and Alan, the whole season, she's trying to change him. Whole season. Oh, dress this way. Oh, dress that way. Oh, don't say it like that. Oh, say it like this. And she's trying to change Alan into who she wanted to be. Though, shout out to the cousin that said in her interview, David is who she wanted. Right? David is the man that Madison described. This is why I'm thinking, did the experts and the producers intentionally put these couples together? Because all of them are trying to change their husbands. Every last one of them. And what did Madison do? End up on David's cock. I read that word last night, cock. That's what she did. You know why she did that? Because she's a hoe. And she's desperate. She's a desperate pick-me-isha too. That you sleeping with your friend's husband, then you go dig him out his mama's basement and bring him in your house. He didn't go get no new apartment. And all season, I've been riding for David. All season, I'm like, okay, David, you said you can go get a house tomorrow. I'm like, I'm okay with that. I don't, especially in this day and time, it's a recession, stuff is going hard. Eggs prices is coming down, but eggs are still expensive. If you're saying you are always working, you're never home, it doesn't make sense to waste money on an apartment where you're never home. I'm with you. You're living in your mama's basement, but you can go buy a house tomorrow, okay? Why didn't you go buy the house? Why did you move into Madison's apartment? Why you didn't go get a bigger apartment so Madison could move in with you? And y'all are buying an investment property? How you buying an investment property, but you ain't got nowhere to live? I'm so confused, David and Madison. You're buying an investment property together, but you ain't got nowhere to live. You're living with your girlfriend. So that means if she kicks you out, y'all break up, which I believe you will. It's not going to work out for y'all. You're going to go right back to your mama's basement, and y'all are going to be in court fighting about this investment property. Granted, I think this is Madison. I think based on what I've seen with David moving into Madison apartment, buying an investment property with Madison, I think David is a broke dusty. He ain't got no money and he ain't got no good credit. Because if you're saying you could go buy a house, okay, why you didn't go buy an investment property by yourself on your name with your money and your credit? No, you didn't do that. You moved in with Madison, and then you're buying an investment property together. Michelle turned off about the whole basement, cried, bawl at her weed. And all season, I'm like, okay, no, but Michelle, yeah, I get it. But David said he could go buy a house tomorrow. And she's trying the whole season instead of accepting him for who he is and just walking away. Even though she was done. I understand Michelle was done. She just had to go through the process so she don't have to pay that fee. But just this is who he is. You didn't go buy a house, David. You should have go buy a house. You should have take her down to the bank and show her all this money you got. Or open up your investment account and show her all this money you got. And then you over there dicking down Madison in the gym talking about, oh, it started Madison. I was about 3 weeks in. You's a nasty lying hoe. It started at the airport when David said, oh, that's going to be my workout part. Can you imagine some man looking at your wife talking about she going to be my workout partner? Lies. Y'all been sleeping with each other from day one on the honeymoon at the gym. Right? Trying to change how he dresses instead of accepting who he is and realizing that, you know what? This man is not for me. He's a hoodlum. He's a thug. Leave him alone. Be done with him. And this Juan Carlos with his little ding-a-ling and this ganja smoking one. Always high, always on the weed. Trying to get him to like her. He don't like you. You look like a board. He want women with ass and tits, and you have neither. And you're always high, and you're immature, and you're financially immature. And you don't think things through before you just up and, oh, I quit my job. Quit your job. Your stuff is in the storage unit, ma'am. You did not renew your lease. So I'm confused about how you quitting a job and you ain't got nowhere to live. But I noticed that a lot of women, this is why you see a lot of women going out to get BBLs. I saw a 58-year-old woman getting a BBL. When you look at her body, look all young and tender. When you look at her face, she look like she's 75. And I'm like, ma'am, who are you doing this BBL for? And my favorite couple from the first episode, Camille and Thomas, is my favorite couple. And this dumb Camille spent all season trying to change Thomas into the man she wanted him to be versus accepting Thomas for who he is. Trying to change him into this thugged out, from the hood, because that's what she likes. But those men never married you, mistreated you, used you, slept with you, and left you. But you're trying to change this very good, decent man into the men who use you and abuse you and use your body. Make it make sense to me, Camille. Now, of course, I'm not saying things can't change. Like, for example, the toilet. I'm not saying, oh, leave the toilet up. No, that's what I'm talking. I'm talking about this is who he is. And this is why I encourage ladies to marry the man in front of you. Marry Thomas. Marry him with his quirks and his upper middle class family self. Not try to change him into the thugs out and the sneakers and the line and the earrings and the big chain and the other that. No. Love him for who he is. Accept him for who he is, because when you try to change people, they grow resentful towards you, and eventually they're going to revert back to who they are, because that's who they are. That's where they're comfortable. That is how they are. That is who they are, and you need to accept them for who they are or just move on. That's like me trying to get Big Mike to talk ghetto and hood. My husband can't even speak Ebonics. I be busting. My husband trying to speak Ebonics. My husband trying to speak Ebonics. I be on the floor, girl. I'm on the floor cackling. That's not who he is. That's not who I wanted. Those, like the David type. I couldn't. Thomas is my man. My husband is a Thomas, okay? Great guy, great family, wonderful disposition, great man of character and integrity, cares about family, wants to love you, Camille, and make a life and a family with you. They're traveling all over the world, seeing different countries. Just enjoy it, Camille, and stop trying to change him and make him into who you want him to be, and just love him for who he is, because after all, he is a great guy. And if you cannot love and accept Thomas for who he is, trust me, I have lots of ladies in my mentoring course who would be glad for Thomas. There are lots of women. Let me tell you, if you drop Thomas today, he gonna have him another woman tomorrow, because he is such a great guy that any decent woman would be glad to have him. Let me go back to Ikiche, this little dusty over here, talking about he's ready for a good woman. Let me tell you something my daddy said. When a man says to you, I want a good woman, ask him, if you're not a good woman, am I not a good woman? So what he's telling you is you're not a good woman for him. And it's okay, ladies. I'm going to come back and do a video. I don't understand why y'all got all bent out of shape when these men don't want you. I don't understand. Why are you all bent out of shape? Accept it. It's okay, because you want somebody to love you and adore you and provide for you and protect you. And Ikichi talk about he want a Michelle Obama. A what? Michelle Obama wouldn't look at you twice. Ikichi is not going to get no good woman. Let me tell you, Ikichi is not going to get him no good woman. And ma'am is not going to get her no good man. I'm letting you know. And ma'am, she's going to end up with bombs and duds. And ma'am is not going to get her a good husband. She don't love herself enough to go through the process to get a good woman. Ikichi is not going to get a good man. Ikichi is not going to get no good woman either. Ain't no good woman going to be seen with this fool. No good woman in her right mind is going to be seen with this dum-dum. Okay? Madison, she ain't going to get her no good man, child. Mad, at this age, you damn near 40. Honey, everybody know you's a hoe. There ain't no good man gonna attach themselves to you. You's a hoe. You will leave your husband and go jump on his friend because you're not happy or you're not content. And let me talk about something that's talking about, if we weren't together with the other couples, I would have more time to focus. No. You are unrestrained, unbridled, and you do not have self-control. Because guess what? You're not going to be isolated in this world. There are different couples around you. There are different couples at work. There's always going to be another man around. But because you don't have self-control, you feel as if the couples were isolated, then this wouldn't have happened. I don't like the couples being isolated. I like the couples being together, because the stuff like this that happen, and then we can see who you really are. Oh. Okay, Alan is gonna get him a good woman. The girlfriend she looked like she's a woman of color. Yeah, I could tell Alan like black girls. Yeah, Alan's gonna get him a good woman. David ain't gonna get him no good woman, child. Him and the woman's gonna be living in his mama's basement. Michelle, let me think. Michelle is 40, right? Girl, you old. You old, Michelle. 40 is a little old. Let me think now. Michelle, you're going to have to get you somebody in his late 50s or something. Mid 50s. You 40. Because see, Michelle, I'm just going to let you know, the 40-year-old men, they don't want 40-year-old women, honey. They want 30 and 35 because they're still young, fertile, and stuff like that. See, these are things we don't want to have honest conversation about. Now, you might meet a very nice 41, 45-year-old man, but maybe he already have kids and don't want no more. But Michelle, you probably not going to meet a man your age because the men your age don't want you. They want 30-year-olds and 35-year-olds. And 35 is pushing it. Okay? Yeah, Oh, Juan Carlos? Juan Carlos, he going to get him a nice girl. Yeah. Juan Carlos. Juancho. Juan Carlos is my coworker's son's name, Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos, Juancho. Juan is gonna get him a nice girl. He gonna get him Juan is gonna make him a nice girl. He gonna get him a nice woman. Camille, if you allow Thomas to slip through your finger, you ain't never gonna get you another good man like that. I'm letting you know. You better shut your mouth, accept Thomas for who he is. Stop trying to change him. Let him be. Love him for who he is. And be a nice, complimentary, admiring wife. Thomas is the best you going to get. You not going to get no better man than Thomas. I'm just letting you know, Camille. Thomas is the best you going to do. So, and I'm not saying it in a bad way as if Thomas is not good. Thomas is a great guy. Like, I've been watching Married at First Sight from the beginning. I might have missed one season. Out of all the seasons of Married at First Sight, there has never been a man that I said I would marry. Comment in the comments for me if you remember me saying this about any man unmarried at first. Never, especially black men. You know I love black men, okay? There has never been a man unmarried at first sight that I said I would marry. Thomas, I would have married him because that Thomas is my type of man. My husband is just like Thomas, well-spoken, well-educated, good family oriented. All of those things is my husband. So if Camille let Thomas slip through her fingers because she's trying to be a dum-dum, you ain't gonna get no man like Thomas ever again. That's the best you're gonna do. And Thomas could get him a good woman tomorrow. If Thomas and Camille don't work out, Thomas could be married by next year and he will have a good one. There will be lots of great women lined up to marry Thomas, but there's not going to be a lot of good men lined up to marry Camille. Sorry. Okay. I love you. Comment before. I think I wrote it. I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Again, all the women are trying to change their men instead of just accepting for them for who they are. And all of them, except for Camille, needed to just walk away from these men because they are not who you want. And in your dating journey, ladies, you will meet men who are not who you are. Don't try to who you want. Do not try to change them. Walk away. This is why so many women end up being the naked wife, because you try to change them instead of accepting them for who they are. And he's cheap, girl. That's who he is. He's abusive. That's who he is. He's a lie. That is who he is. He's a thief. That is who he is. You being a 10 years a girlfriend waiting for him to change. He's not going to change. He don't want to marry you. He's not ready to get married. I'm not ready to get married when he's living with you, making babies with you, having financial lies with you. Not being ready to get married means you're not the one. He don't want to marry you. Learn to read the room, ladies. Please learn to. He don't have to tell you. A man's action will tell you everything you need to know about him and how he feels about you. I absolutely love you. Comment below. Let me know what you think about this content. Oh, Married at First Sight comes on tonight, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna watch. I don't think so. Thank you for showing me love and support. I absolutely love you. I adore you. Let me know what you think about my commentary. Share my video out for me and invite a friend to subscribe to the channel. Mwah. Love you. Bye.